All right, we want to give all honors and praises to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Rakakadash. Double honors to Apostles of Great Millstone, to all the other Akims that's preaching the 144th truth of the doctrine. All right, this is a Man of Valor Las Vegas, Kalam Amar, coming to you with a continuation lesson from the series that we have, Renew and Refresh. This is part 3. All right, hope it be edifying to the elect. All right, we're going to get into it. This is 1 Peter's 2:2. As newborn babes, desire the sincere milk of the word, that ye may grow thereby. So this is all for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, Cinnamon Indians. This milk and this sincere milk is for you. All right, it's not for no other nation. You know, this is you guys coming from other doctrines that was pushed on you in the world that we're in right now. You know, leaving these other doctrines, you know, from Christianity and whatever other false, you know, religions are out there. You know, just leaving these doctrines and coming into this truth. All right. So the sincere milk and honey is for you. All right, for you, Jake. And this is the chart right here. Grab it so you guys can see who's this for. You know, the 12 tribes of Israel. This milk and honey is for you so-called Negroes, who's Judah. Benjamin is West Indies. Levi is Hades. All right. Dominicans is Simon. Oh gosh, hold on. Zebulon is the Guatemalans and Panamanians. Okay. Ephraim is Puerto Ricans. Manasseh is Cubans. Gad is North American Indians. Reuben is Semi-Indians. Naphtali is the Argentina to Chileans. Asher is the Colombians to Uruguay. All right. And Issachar is Mexicans. Okay. Sorry about that one. That's just a tongue twister for me. All right. But so this milk and honey is for you 12 tribes. All right. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay. So we're gonna get right into it. This is Deuteronomy 7:6.
God. Book of Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 6, and it reads, "For thou art a holy people unto Yahweh thy power.
Mm-hmm.
Yahweh thy power hath chosen thee to be a special people unto himself, above all people that are upon the face of the earth."
You hear that, Jake? All right, so he said, you're a holy people. So I'm going to go on the blue letter and just break down holy real quick. And what he mean by that, Jake, is that holy, he needs you to be, you know, holy here. We go deeper into immortality, is to be, you know, set apart, you know, to be holy, to show oneself, right, to be honored, to be treated as scared, to be holy. Here it is, to be set apart. Okay, so you're supposed to be set apart, Israel. All right, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. Okay, you're supposed to be set apart from the heathens. Yeah, for holy people, because we means we are separate. So we are separate from the other nations, Israel. All right, and chosen and special people to himself, and we're gonna get into that. Can you read down one more, Hawk, and then we're gonna get to Amos 3:1.
This is the book of Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse 7, and it reads, "And Yahweh did not set his love upon you, nor choose you, because ye were more in number than any people, for ye were the fewest of all people."
All people, Jake. So you were the fewest out of all nations, and he dealing with you. All right. So it's just showing you right there, just the love that Yahweh Ba'Hashem Yahweh Shai has for you, Jake. All right. So we're gonna get right into it. This Amos 3:1. You got that out?
God, I'm going to it right now. This is the book of Amos, chapter 3 and verse 1, and it reads, "Hear this word that Yahweh hath spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, You only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore I will punish you for all your iniquities."
So right here, Jake, he's saying, He said, "O children of Israel." He didn't say, "O children of the world." He didn't say, "O children of any other nation or any other person." He said, "O children of Israel." So right there, he means he's speaking directly to you, Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans and Seminole Indians. And he said, "Brought you out of Egypt." And we know that account and when that happened. All right, when the Israelites was in bondage and Moses was led Israel out of bondage. All right. And he said, "You are the only families I know." So that means he's not dealing with no one else, Jake. He's only dealing with you. So this milk and honey is for you. It's not for no one else. It's just for you. And that right there shows you how special you are. All right. And he said, "He will punish you for your iniquities." And another word for iniquities is your sin. All right. And how did you get punished for your iniquities? Well, we're gonna get right into that real soon. You're gonna hear the iniquities of your sins and how you break those. All right. So he's not dealing with no other nation, and he's not punishing no one else but you, Jake. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right. So he's only dealing with you. All right. We can continue back on Deuteronomy 7 and 8.
Okay. This is the book of Deuteronomy. Oh, selected. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 7, and verse 8, and it reads, "But because Yahweh loveth you, and because he would keep his oath which he had sworn unto your fathers, hath Yahweh brought you out with a mighty hand, and redeemed you out of the house of bondage, from the hand of Pharaoh, king of Egypt."
All right, so we know that our forefathers, when he swore unto the oath, was to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Okay, and that mighty hand is how he brought us out of out of a bondage. The house of slavery. In those times when we were in Egypt. And in that mighty hand, showing that deliverance. That Yahweh did for his people, that he cherished and loved. All right. And that's showing that he's not dealing with no one else but you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, Jake. And this account right here is telling you that, everyone knows the story with Moses and how he got the people out of there. And that was a beautiful deliverance of getting out of that place of bondage. All right. Okay. Oh yeah, there it is. Deuteronomy 11 and 26.
I got it.
Oh.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 11, and verse 26, and it reads, "Behold, I set before you this day a blessing and a curse." Verse 27, "A blessing if you obey my commandments of Yahweh, your power, which I command you this day, and a curse if you will not obey the commandments of Yahweh your power, but turn aside out of the way which I command you this day, to go after other gods which ye have not known."
So we know that the blessing and curses are only belong to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, the Israelites, right? And we know where these commandments came. When Moses was given the law, statute, and commandments. That's how you break. Commandments is going against the law, statute, and commandments, that Yahweh Bashem Yahushua gave us, right? So those iniquities of you, here's one, going after other gods, that's an iniquity, that's breaking a sin. You only supposed to praise Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua, and no other powers. But we know that when Israel was given the law, statute, and commandments, they wander off, not knowing that delivery that they just got, with the deliverance that they just got out of, to go back into the world and start praising another power instead of praising Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, and they had to pay for that, and the blessings and curses, you can go through all chapter Deuteronomy 28 from 1 to 15 of the blessings, and then from 15 all the way down to 68 the curses, and we know that those accounts what only happened to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and no one else. That's how you know that you're Israelites, that he's dealing with you and no other nation. All right? you know, and just to get just one of them, we can do Deuteronomy 28 and
66.
66. Yeah.
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 66, and it reads, "And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shall have no assurance of thy life."
So think about it, Jake. Like, and the cost of living, you know, you got these programs, right? You're in these programs, or even let's say you bought a house, but you don't own that land. And if they want you out of there, they can actually get you out of there. You know what I'm saying? So there's no rest here in this place, right, in America. So we know that these curses are really heavy on Jake right now, and we know that it pertains to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and it doesn't deal with anyone else. You know, knowing when you're gonna get your next meal or your housing or whatever the case may be. You know, Jake, and you can see that throughout right now that this is happening mostly to you, Jake.
Hey, driving while so-called black.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Continuing on the many curses that you got in front of you. You know, no money, no honey.
Yeah.
All right. These are things that men of Israel didn't have to worry about in the past.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Salakia. I just want to put that.
Oh no, that's beautiful. What's my?
Your life is hanging in doubt when you cannot provide stability for your family. All right, for yourself.
Yeah.
You know, that's why it's in the law. If a man don't work, he don't eat.
Time.
All right, you have to work. But when you're the last hired and first fired, all right, these are situations that continue to bring hell to your situation.
And that's great that you brought that out, because you know there's some certain companies, I believe, I was just saying that a lot of you Jakes are getting let off from your jobs. A lot of more jobs are getting taken away from you, Jake. You know, when they're saying that they're creating more jobs, they're basically lying. There's less jobs and more jobs are getting taken away from you, Jake. You know, and even with the housing and the food and everything. So, you know, it's that curse is still effective right now. You know.
Okay.
I think what was that at? Let me see. Was it Romans 9:4? Romans 9:4. Let me see. Yeah. You know, and that shows you that this milk and honey is for you, so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. You know, like all this goodness is for you, Jake. And you know, this is where your salvation lies here, man. You know. And this is what it starts with, the basics, you know, and that's just knowing the name of Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, and His Son, you know, knowing the name of the Father and the Son, and then, you know, learning the law, statute, and commandments, you know what I'm saying, to live the best way you can, you know, because we know we can't live 100 on this side, but we do the best we can, right?
You want Romans?
Yeah, Romans 9:4.
God. This is the book of Romans, chapter 9:4, all right, and it reads, "Who are Israelites, to whom pertaineth the adoption, and the glory, and the covenants, and the giving of the law, and the service of Yahweh, and the promises." Salakia.
Okay, so he said who pertain to Israelites. It didn't say no other nation. It didn't say Edomites. It didn't say heathens. It didn't say the world. It didn't say any of those things. It said who are Israelites. You so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans and Seminole Indians. He's talking to you, okay? He's talking to you. And he said to pertain the adoption and the glory and the covenants, you know, being adopted back in, you know. And the covenants, the law, statute, and commandments was given unto us. So it wasn't given to no other nation, all right? So, you know, this, like I said, this milk and honey is for you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans to come back to your power, Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, all right? And getting taught by the teachers, all right? A great millstone and the other Akims that preach the same doctrine, 144% of the truth, all right? To get this word, you know, for your salvation, Jake, you know? Because it's getting closer and closer to that time of our power returning, all right? I think that was I think that was the closer right there.
Huh? I got
you got a free out.
This is the book of Zechariah, chapter 13 and verse 8,
Mm-hmm.
and it reads, And it shall come to pass that in all the land, saith Yahweh, 2 parts there shall be cut off and die.
Mm-hmm. And the 2 parts he's talking about is you 2/3. Some of you guys are going to come across this and you're going to shred your nose to it. You're going to stay in the word. You're going to stay in your Christianity and doctrines. You're going to just continue doing as thou will. You're just going to do whatever, and this not going to resonate with you. All right? Keep going on.
But the third shall be left therein.
All right, and that's the 1/3, who's going to, what's the word? I just lost it. Okay. That's going to soak this in. All right. That's gonna attach themselves unto this truth, right? It's gonna resonate with them, all right. It's gonna bear witness to their spirit. They're gonna feel like this is for them, and they're gonna continue and follow for their salvation, all right. And they're gonna believe on the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, and keep continuing and studying and showing themselves approved that this belongs to them, all right.
Verse 9, and I will bring them. And I will bring the 3rd part through the fire, and will refine them as silver is refined, and will try them as gold is tried. They shall call on my name, and I will hear them.
And that's going to be the 1/3. All right, those you 1/3. That's gonna call on the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai and believe on that testimony to the end. Okay, and all of us are gonna get tried on that day. Right, but this is pertaining to the 1/3 of the house of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right. So I hope this was an edifying lesson.
Lucky, I'm just finishing this out.
Oh,
I will say, it is my people, and they shall say, Yahweh is my power. It's lucky. I just wanted to finish that out.
All right. Well, I hope this was an edifying lesson to the house of the elect, So to that we want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai Ba'Shem Kakadash, and double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone and all the other authors preaching 144 truth. Until next time, this is Cologne. Shalom.
Shalom.